Hello, you guys! Thank you so much that you clicked on this video, and welcome to this routine stance. And the topic of today's lesson is Advanced Discourse Management. Let's discuss what exactly you will learn today. We will talk how to manage complex spoken and written discourse with precision. We will learn 12, I'm sorry, I'm losing my words today. 12 key vocabulary words with phonetics, and we will talk about some grammar, ellipsis, substitution, and reference chains. Ooh, that's going to be a bit tricky. And, of course, we will discuss how to create tight, sophisticated cohesion in both writing and speech. But хвилинка організаційних моментів. Якщо ви хочете знайти цей воркшіт з додатковими завданнями для відпрацювання, ну і, відповідно, набагато більше іншого освітнього контенту, ви можете знайти це в нашому телеграм-каналі This Routine Stance та в інших соцмережах. Так? Ну і також, якщо у вас є змога зараз відсканити, ось цей QR-кодик вас винесе на наш телеграм-канал, там ви зможете знайти цей воркшіт, виконати додаткові завдання, викачати його для можливості повторення і все інше, правильно? So, let's start with the vocabulary, you guys. So the first word is a cohesion. Cohesion, what is that? That's the grammatical and lexical linking of parts of the text. So good writing depends on cohesion between sentences. Ellipsis. That's an omission of words that can be understood from context. Are you coming? I might. The full sentence will be I might come, but the verb come is omitted. Yeah? Substitution. That's when we replace a word or clause with a pro form to avoid repetition, to reduce repetition, yeah? Is the report ready? It should be. Or like, it should be so, yeah? Reference. Reference is the use of pronouns or determiners to point to other elements. So, she worked hard. This dedication impressed everyone. That's a reference, yeah? Pronoun. What is a pronoun? You may have heard pronouns with all of those recent news, like, what are your pronouns? My pronouns are he, her, he, him, she, her, and whatever, yeah? But basically, from the grammatical point of view, pronoun, that's a word that replaces a noun to avoid repetition, yeah? Lena presented the results. She was very confident. She, that's a pronoun, yeah? Omission, that's an act of leaving something out deliberately. Omission of subject pronouns is common in informal speech. We will see some examples and work on that today, yeah? Implicit. Implicit is something that is understood, but it is not stated directly. The conclusion was implicit. She did not need to spell it out, yeah? Explicit. It is the opposite. It is stated clearly and directly, leaving nothing implied, nothing implicit. So the contract makes the terms explicit. Yeah? Threat. You may have heard of such social media threads. Yeah? Basically a thread, or in the Sovereign we have this thread. Yeah? Thread is a connective idea that runs through a piece of discourse. A clear argumentative thread makes essays more convincing. Coherence, that's a logical consistency and connectedness of meaning in a text. Coherence is all about ideas. Cohesion is about language. Anaphora. That's a reference that points back to something that was already mentioned. John arrived late. He looked exhausted. He, in this case, is anaphoric. Cataphora. That's a reference that points to something that is not yet mentioned. When she finally spoke, Irina said nothing unexpected. So, a little pro tip for you. Ellipses and substitutions, they are not mistakes. They are most likely the signs of fluency. Yeah? Native speakers quite often use them in order to avoid repetition. And mastering them and understanding them definitely will make your English better and you will sound more natural. Yeah? So let's go. Let's start with a little grammar, ellipsis, substitution, and reference. So ellipses are meeting and what is understood. Yep. Nominal ellipsis, when we omit a noun, a person, or an item. Yeah. Which report did you read? The one on the right or the on the right? Yeah. Or just simply on the right. Verbal ellipsis, when we omit a verb. Have you submitted the form? Not yet. I should. Yeah, not yet. I haven't done it yet. I haven't submitted it yet. I should. Yeah, I remember about it. I definitely should do it. I haven't done it yet. Clausal ellipsis. When we omit a whole clause. Yeah. She said she would help. I knew she would. Yeah. Instead of just saying I knew she would help us, I knew she would. Yep. Well, take a second, look through these. I hope you don't have any questions. Yeah. And I made a little mistake. It's not clausal, it's clausal. I'm deeply sorry about that. I'm blind, a bit dyslexic. It doesn't matter. Clausal. Clausal ellipsis. Yeah. Let's go on to the substitution when we replace something with a pro form. So, nominal substitution, one or once. Do you prefer the formal version or the informal one? Verbal substitution, do, so. She reviewed all the documents. I've done so too. Yeah, obviously do we put in the correct form in whatever form we needed. I've done so too. Clausal substitution, so, not. Will the proposal be accepted? I believe so, or I hope not. Again, take a second, go through it, look at them, look at those examples. You can even pause the video or take a screenshot or whatever. Well, that's it. Let's move on to reference chains. What kind of reference chains do we have? Anaphoric, cataphoric, and exaphoric. Anaphoric refers back to something that was already mentioned. For example, the CEO gave a speech. It was well received. It is an anaphoric. Cataphoric refers forward to something not yet named. This is what I believe. Hard work pays off. This is a cataphoric reference chain. Yep. And exaphoric, it refers to something outside of the context. For example, that was a difficult meeting, wasn't it? So that is an exaphoric reference chain. Let's go on. We have a little model paragraph. Our task is to read and analyze it. So, the committee reviewed 3 proposals. The first was deemed too costly, and the second lacked feasibility. Only the third met all the criteria, and it was this one that ultimately received approval. Several members had expressed doubts, understandably so. But once the financial projections were clarified, most did so no longer. The chair later noted that the process, though drawn out, had been necessary. This acknowledgement came as a relief to many. It was this one. That was a cataphoric reference plus substitution. And we remember, cataphoric refers forward to something that is not yet named. Understandably so. That's a clausal substitution. Did so no longer. That's a verbal substitution, avoiding repetition of expressed doubts. Yep. This acknowledgement, that's an anaphoric nominal reference chain. And we remember, anaphoric refers back to something that's already mentioned, and nominal means we substitute nouns, or we talk about nouns. We refer to nouns in this case. Yep. Also, a little thing that I really want you to pay attention to, criteria. Criteria is always plural. If you want to turn it into a singular one, criteria will become criterion. I will write it down in here just so that you can see criterion. That's one, single one, and criteria, that's criteria, that's a plural. That's a lot of those, okay? Let's go on then to some common mistakes. She finished the report. She submitted the report. Why would we use she, if we can just simply say she finished the report and submitted it, right? Will it work? I think it will work. Why not simplify it? Why not say, will it work? I think it will. Or just simply say, I think so. Do you agree? I agree so. Yeah. So usually combines with things like believe, hope, think, say. Yeah. So do you agree? I believe so. And here we have a little mistypo. Yeah. The results were good. The results surprised us. Yeah. I understand that. That is understandable. But what would we need to say? The results, if we can substitute it for they. Yep. Which project failed? The expensive one project. Why would we need to substitute the project with one and then use project once again? That is a bit unnecessary, right? So just simply which project failed? The expensive one. And a little quick check. I'll give you 20 seconds. Your task is to pause and identify the cohesion device used in each sentence. And then you can check your answers. Yep. So I'm giving you 20 seconds starting now. Take your time. Pause the video. Complete it. Yep. Think about it thoroughly. Yep. And we will check it. And I can show off my little cutesy cup in here. Yep. It says I'm silently correcting your grammar, which is so cute. Well, and your 20 seconds are up. So, let's go on and check it. I go into the meeting. I might. That is a verbal ellipsis. We omit the word go. Yep. This is what surprised everyone. The results were published early. That is a graphic reference. This refers forward to something that is not yet mentioned. Did she approve the change? I believe so. That is a clausal substitution. So, she approved the change. Yeah. The senior analyst and the junior one both attended. What is one substitute? Analyst. The junior analyst. Yep. So instead of saying the senior analyst and the junior analyst, why would we need to say analyst, yeah? And number 5, the plan was flawed. Everyone knew it. Everyone knew it. The fact that the plan was flawed. Yeah? So basically that's an anaphoric reference. You did a great job, guys. Let's go to the speaking challenge. Here you have a little passage. Can you reformulate that? It says rewrite. You don't have to write it down. You can just reformulate that using at least 3 cohesion devices. Ellipsis, substitution, reference chains to eliminate repetition. And then share your rewritten version if you want to in the comments. And how many cohesion devices did you use and which ones? We will notice that, yeah, but also pay attention to it, think which ones. Also, please take a second to think which ones were the most natural to you, which ones you just naturally grabbed, And did the paragraph become noticeably shorter? What do you think? And when it comes to workbook, I am not going to show you any tasks in here, but you know that you can go to our Telegram channel, grab the little worksheet in there, complete all those things, check the answers down below at the very end of the worksheet, and be happy. Be happy about it, yeah? So, thank you so much for joining our lesson. I'm so happy that you clicked on this video, and I suppose I hope to see you next time. Please, you guys, stay safe and take care of yourselves. See ya! Bye bye!